Hey everybody, this is Jennifer. Welcome to my channel where I talk about books, music, movies, and anything else that takes my fancy. Today, I'm going to go over my stash of romance novels. I have quite a few, so we're not going to go over all of them, but they don't go on my shelves because if I put all of them on my shelves, I wouldn't have room for anything else. So they go in these nice little containers in a cabinet I had in my bedroom. So let's get started. I haven't really thought of what kind of format I'm gonna put this in, but whatever. All right, so you know what? Let's go ahead and start with the thing about romance is that you don't get a lot of in other genres is you get these like short story collections that are kind of themed. So I have a few of these. We'll just go over them just a little. We have Hot Blooded. These are vampire paranormal romance stories. The Sheiks of Summer. The theme of that should be obvious. Beyond the Dark, which is also paranormal. Some of these are spicy. Just use that word. And another one that's pretty darn spicy is Hot for the Holidays. And okay, so these are two of the, I don't know, I like these. This one, some of these have not fared well. These are pretty much all mass market paperbacks, and they'd get shoved into a book bag, they'd get shoved into my purse, and yeah, this one's Labor of Love, which I'll deal with pregnant ladies. And this one, okay, this is one of the first ones I ever got, and it's called Promised Brides. I got this. It was okay, I got this for Christmas when I was like 13 or 14 or something. I was really into these romantic perfumes, and they would have these Christmas gift boxes, and it'd have the perfume, it would have some bubble bath, and it had a romance novel in it. And this is Promised Brides, and these are all about arranged marriages of conveniences and stuff. And this one's really good. This is one of my old ones. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, another one I'm going to show here is Shirley Busby, and this is While Passion Sleeps. This is like the 5th copy I've had. My Aunt Cheryl, hi, gave me a copy of this once. It was one of her copies, and I kind of tore it up, and I never ended up giving it back to her until like maybe a year or two ago. I found her a hard copy and provided her with that one, gave that back to her. But I keep getting my own copies because this is really good. So yeah, it's Beth Ridgway, an English lady who gets married off to a man who doesn't really like girls, does not like girls. And she falls in with Rafael Santana, a Spanish dude from a wealthy Texas family who was raised by Comanches when he was younger. And so, yeah, they come together and it's very dramatic. So yeah, that's one of my favorites, and it's one of the older ones that I have. It's from, let's see what year it was published. Oh, it was published in '83, which is not actually one of the oldest I have. Let's see. I wish I knew which one of these I had was the oldest, because I've read some back from like the 50s. This one's from '76, so this is one of the older ones. It's one of the first Helen Bianchen novels. It's Bewildered Haven. And so, yeah, she works at an office, and one of the other buildings is a law office, and Zachary Benedict is one of the attorneys, and she doesn't really like him all that much, but he's like, yeah, he convinces her. Anyway, not in a really bad way, but still. All right, so let's just, I don't know. I have so much stuff in here. I have a lot of Harlequins. Most of my books are Harlequin. Some are straight up Harlequin romance. Some are Harlequin Presents. Let's see. I have a lot of Patricia Wilson. Some of them, like I said, some of them are in really bad condition. This one has no cover whatsoever, but it stayed mostly intact, so yay. Yeah. A lot of these are ones I liked when I was younger, and I read a lot before, and then I'm like, and then I got rid of them, and then I was like, I remember that one. Which one was I gonna? So I ended up getting them back again, and yeah. So Patricia Wilson I have quite a few of. I also have some Jennifer Ashley. I don't keep all of the Jennifer Ashleys because I keep the ones I like and I want to reread. This one's the first one I read. It's The Madness of Lord Ian Mackenzie. And this one's really good. Lord Ian is a bit of a savant. He might be somewhere on the spectrum, the autistic spectrum. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, I don't like to speculate about those things. But he has an eidetic memory. He has he gets obsessive about things, and he runs into Beth, who is the widow of a vicar, a preacher of sorts, and she's about to marry a guy that Ian despises. So he's like, I'm gonna take her away from him, and he does, and it's really good. I like this entire series. I've read the entire series, and I mean, some are more memorable than others, but this one's definitely one of my favorites. Let's see here. Let's go over some of my paranormal romances I have. I don't have a whole lot of them anymore. Well, actually, okay, so let's just see. Some of the ones I've gotten rid of are the Emma Hawley ones because they're just not what I'm into really that much anymore. But this one is still one of my absolute favorites. It's Courting Midnight by Emma Hawley. And it has a, it's a Regency. It says 1813. Lucius White is the oldest living vampire in the world. A powerful shapes, yeah, they're vampires, but they also can shapeshift into wolves and stuff. So, yeah. So, he runs into this guy who looks almost exactly like him, and then the guy promptly dies, not because of him. And so the guy who's dying convinces him to take his place in society, to just mess with the people who he didn't like. And so he takes the place of this mortal landowner guy, and then he meets this girl, and yeah, stuff happens. Anyway, yeah, this is the only one of the Ooper series that I still have from Emma Hawley, but I like this one a lot. So next up is Once Burned. This is the first of the tetralogy that Jeaniene Frost wrote. It's a Night Prince novel featuring Vlad the Impaler. And so Layla had an accident where she got electrocuted, and now she has psychic abilities, and she's working as a circus performer somewhere in Florida. And when a powerful enemy of Vlad's finds out, he kidnaps her in order to find out where Vlad is. So they connect that way, and over 4 books, their story just works out. Anyway. I like that. I haven't kept any of the Cat and Bone novels by Janine Frost, but this one and these 4, this is the only one I own as a physical book. The rest I own in ebook. So next up, the last ones I have for my paranormal, because I don't keep a lot of those, are the Argano series by Lindsay Sands. I have Love Bites, which is the first one. It's Etienne Argano, and he's a writer of paranormal romances, and he has to deal with Rachel, who is I think she's a publisher or an editor or something like that. Oh, no, that is a different one. I'm sorry. I don't remember the name of that one. This is the second one. Because Etienne is the younger brother of Lucien. And Rachel is what is she? She's a night shift. Oh, she's a morgue person. She's a doc. What is the name of it? She's an ME or something. Medical examiner at the morgue. And she gets attacked. And then Etienne turns her into a vampire and without her like knowledge, and then yeah, she's not too fond of that. Anyway, I don't know. I'm probably gonna be getting rid of some of these because I don't know. There's a few that really stand out, but a lot of them are a bit formulaic, and I'm really like the last 2 I haven't read because the series, I'll be honest, series that go too long are just one of my biggest pet peeves when it comes to writing in general. Like after 12 or so books, just stop it, please. Yeah, I think maybe the one I'm gonna keep the most likely is Under a Vampire Moon. Yeah, because they go on vacation, and yeah, I like this one a lot. And I also like, I have a few on ebooks, which I'm gonna keep because why do you get rid of ebooks? They don't take up any space, but these might actually go. This might turn into a culling video, you guys, because I've been going through these and I'm like, do I really need those? I don't know. Let's see. Let's pick up one of the historical novels I own that I haven't talked about yet. This is Compromised Hearts by Hannah Howell. So this guy, he's part Indian. His name is Cloud Rider, and Emily Brockinger is a Boston lady who's coming to live with her brother out in the wilds of the Wild Wild West. And so their train that they're heading on gets beset by Indian raiders, and so she and this boy, who's not actually her kid, are the only ones who actually survive. So she is trying to make her way by herself with this kid in basically uncharted territory. Give me just a second here. Coffee time. Anyway, so he comes across her because he's just left his army commission because of some really bad decision a general made, and he's not happy about it. And he's like, hey, I can help you out, you know, if I get something in return. And she makes sure to put in here that he wouldn't really have left her if he hadn't. But anyway, so she gets compromised. He takes her over to the San Luis Valley or something like that. And so, yeah, that's what that is. So let's finish up here with, okay, let's talk about these because I like these. One of my most owned authors as far as romance is concerned is Carol Mortimer. Especially the stuff in the, like, I have her first novel here. I had it on its own, but it fell apart on me because I'm not nice to these books at all. But the first one for the Harlequin series, this is a Mills and Boon bind-up of 2 of her early novels, Savage Interlude and The Passionate Winter. But The Passionate Winter was the first Harlequins Presents that was published by Carol Mortimer. And I think it was in like 78 or something. I don't know. Anyway, let's look. Oh, 79. They were originally published in 79. This was published in 1984. And so, yeah, I just like these. I can't really take, we're already at 15 minutes. I can't go through all of these, but First Love, Last Love, Freedom to Love, Tempted by Desire. This might be my actual favorite because this girl, Suzanne, she's like 19 or something, and she gets coerced into going on this holiday by her stepmother, Celeste, and her dad's dead. So her stepmother, Celeste, is like, hey, I really need to get married again because I'm not working, and yeah, I need somebody who can keep me in the style to which I am accustomed. So she takes Suzanne on a holiday because she doesn't want to be by herself, and she's pursuing this wealthy Italian. And so, and guess who ends up falling for him? Yeah, don't worry, Celeste doesn't come out empty-handed on this, but yeah, Celeste ends up uncommonly improved from where she was at the beginning at the end of this novel. But I like it a lot. And it's not really like the late 70s stuff. It's either very tame, you know, naughty times wise, or it's kind of like, I don't know. Well, most of them are pretty tame by today's standards. Let's see. Another one of my favorites, here we go. This is Emma Darcy. This is An Unpredictable Man. Excuse me just a second. And so Lynn gets this legacy. Her great aunt leaves her it's not really it's in an old house. It's a top floor apartment in this old house, and she lives across from this guy named Peter Kelso, and he's like a man about town, a man of the world kind of guy, and she's leaving a very like they're a very buttoned up kind of family. They're very like snobby, and they're very into like their name and all that, and she's more of an artistic kind of girl, and she gets this apartment, and she's like, yeah, I'm moving in here away from you stiffs, and she doesn't really say that, but yeah, then she meets Peter Kelso and stuff happens. Anyway, so let's see if there's a few more. Oh, you know what? I'm going to have a look at this one because I think this might actually be the oldest. Well, let me see. This one's from 76, and this one is from, let's have a look, 78. One more here. Sorry. This is an actual Mills and Boon. I bought this used from a bookstore in the UK, and they sent it over to me on Abe Books. Okay, this one's actually 79. So this one, now, I used to have some old Mary Burchell novels from like the 50s, and I'm thinking about buying a new copy because Dearly Beloved by Mary Burchell is one of my favorite old books, and it's one of the regular old Harlequins or whatever. This one's called Proud Stranger by Rebecca Stratton, and this one, Rosalind goes on this trip to southern Italy, and she meets this guy named Luigi who really wants her to stick around, so he tries to get her a job with his mother, who is a contessa. And so, yeah, she gets this job, and she ends up falling for the older brother, whose name is Lucifer. There's a lot of romance novels where the guy's name is Lucifer in the early 70s, like 60s-ish era, and they're always dark and brooding and a bit of a dick. Sorry. Anyway, so yeah, this is one of those. It's Proud Stranger. I really like it. It's kind of it ends up being kind of sweet, at the end. Let's see. And then, okay, so we'll just go over this last one because this is The Magic of the Baobab, or whatever. I don't know how to pronounce the name of that tree. I've never heard anybody say it, so I don't know. And it's by Yvonne Whittle. This one takes place, this is one of the few ones I own that takes place in South Africa. So her aunt dies and she's all alone in the world, and so she goes to this small town that she visited once and she opens up a bookstore. Can you tell why I like that one? And so this girl takes to her and visits her, leaves school a couple of times to visit her bookstore, and then her dad finds out, and her dad's like, I'm not gonna tolerate you being a bad influence on my daughter. Leave her alone, go away. But you know what ends up happening, right? You know what ends up happening. This one's a really cute story and I like this, and unfortunately this one's also falling apart. I'm like, eh. Anyway, that's all I'm gonna babble on about in my romance collection. I hope you like these. If you have some favorite romances, please let me know in the comments. If you have any comments about these, put them in the comments. Anyway, that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed my little series here about romance this week. Yeah, if you did, you can like, share, or subscribe. Maybe I'll do a few more of these. I don't know. We'll see. It's not the thing I read the most of lately, but who knows? It might come back into fashion with me. Anyway, yes, I'm done saying anyway and so now. All right, so yeah, that was the last one, I promise. Have a good day, you guys. Bye.